Eliza stifled a groan. One of the main reasons she'd sought out employment as a governess was so she could remain inconspicuous. And attending a dinner party hosted by one of the upcoming social leaders of New York City was not exactly what she had had in mind when she accepted the position. "But, Mrs. Watson," Eliza began, "surely you don't believe—" "I cannot have an uneven number at the table," Mrs. Watson interrupted. "I finally received an acceptance from the Trumans, and Mr. Watson would not be pleased if I did anything to embarrass him, such as sitting down to dinner with an odd number of guests." "Father must want to sell Mr. Truman a huge vat of soap," Grace declared. "It's hardly proper for a young lady, Grace, to discuss business," Mrs. Watson said, before turning back to Eliza. "I expect you downstairs in 30 minutes. "Don't you believe your guests will consider it bad form for me to attend your dinner party?" Eliza asked, wincing when she heard the clear note of desperation in her voice. Mrs. Watson narrowed her eyes. "Did your letter of reference not state you were proficient in the subject of etiquette?" "Well, yes, certainly, but—" "And did it not also state you are a distant relation of the aristocracy?" Eliza nodded, knowing perfectly well her distant relation to the aristocracy was not very distant. "Then I would have to assume you've attended a formal dinner in the past." "I have not attended a formal dinner in quite some time." "Has that caused you to forget your manners?" Mrs. Watson asked. I don't believe so." "Then there is absolutely no reason for you to balk at my request. I would have to believe you are well equipped to handle the silver." "I am the governess," Eliza muttered. "No one needs to know that, dear." "I would have to believe someone at the dinner table will ask me my name," Eliza said. "I suggest you tell them you're Miss Sumner." "What if they ask me more questions?" Mrs. Watson released a sigh. "My dear, I do not wish to cause you distress, but quite frankly, you are not the type of woman with whom one wishes to enter into conversation at a dinner party." Eliza swallowed a laugh. Apparently, her attempt at disguising her appearance and her true identity could be deemed a success. "I really must get back downstairs," Mrs. Watson continued, seemingly unaware of the fact that she delivered Eliza an insult and a compliment in the same breath. "I have numerous details left unresolved, and I want everything to be perfect." She sent Eliza a nod. "I'll try to find a maid to help you into that gown." Eliza watched Mrs. Watson walk through the door before shifting her gaze to Grace and Lily. "Our story will have to wait for another day." "We were just getting to the good part," Grace complained. "I'm sorry my mother is being so demanding. She used to be somewhat fun." "I don't remember her being fun," Lily remarked. "That's because you were born after Father's business became successful," Grace said. "Mother wasn't responsible for hosting so many parties, and I'm afraid it's given her a bit of an edge." She sighed. "Agatha remembers a time when even Father was fun." "Speaking of Agatha," Eliza said, "what type of spots do you think she has at the moment? Should someone send for a physician?" "She hardly needs a physician," Grace said with a grin. "Agatha is only suffering from rebellious spots because Mother invited gentlemen tonight who are known to be eligible bachelors." "Am I to understand there's nothing wrong with her?" Eliza asked. "She's a bit crazy, but honestly, Agatha's always been that way." Eliza felt her lips twitch. "Maybe I should pay Agatha a visit and call her on her Bruce, so I won't have to don this gown and make a complete cake of myself." "You talk funny sometimes," Lily said. "I imagine it comes from being British." "Your accent is charming," Grace said. "I bet if I spoke like you, all the boys would fall in love with me." "As you are too young to even contemplate boys being all of 11 years old, I think we'll return to the subject at hand. Where is your sister?" Eliza asked. "She's gone into hiding and won't turn up until after dinner," Grace said. "Wonderful," Eliza muttered, before she walked over to the discarded book, picked it up, and handed it to Grace. "You may continue reading this to your sister, and you'll have to fill me in on the storyline when we meet again 2 days from now. Tomorrow is Sunday, my day off, but I'll be waiting with bated breath to discover what happens with the pirates." She turned on her heel and strode into the hallway, making her way to her room.